All right, so the point of this game is that we're all going to have 7 cards left, right? And we're...
Stop that.
What are you doing?
I just want to know what it feels like.
Stop it.
Try it.
You don't know it. Give me that.
No.
Explain the game.
Blue is
All
different.
right, we're going to start off with 7 cards, right? You're still doing it.
I'm just trying out different coach.
Hey,
Get your brother to stop.
Buddy, listen.
Take it.
Okay. No, you keep it.
Ooh.
You keep it.
This one's gonna be different.
It's your card.
Can you explain how to play the game?
I'm trying to, but
I
he's not
feel
listening. Alright, so we're all going to start off with 7 cards each, right? And then we need to have just 1 left. Now,
What's he doing?
I'm the number 7. Hello.
so you were right about the 7 part, buddy. We're all going to start off with 7, and then we try to match it up with the same
Wait, can you
color
get
or
this
number.
on?
Wait,
Reverse. Reverse.
here, keep your
Take that off your head. Give me
Falls
that.
down.
Give me that.
just
The
keep
cards
your
are broken.
just
Give
keep
me
your
that.
cards in your hand, buddy.
I'm Skip.
Well,
Skip.
We'll get to that.
These cards suck, dude.
Can you just explain the game?
I'm trying to.
Can you explain the game, please? And
I-
listen us.
God damn
Guys.
If you put those down, come
Listen,
here.
I don't want
Give
to
me
play
a card.
this game. This
Give
game
me
is
the cards.
lame. A lame
Give me the
game.
cards.
Lame game. Should be an M&M. I should be an M&M.
It is a lame game.
You don't even know how to play
Give me the
this.
cards. Well, I would if you explained it.
Up back. Look at this. Look at this. Up. Hey, listen to me. Up. In his ear the whole time. That's crazy.
Hi, I'm Jess.
And I'm Mac.
Today we're reviewing Long Story Short.
So Long Story Short is a new animated series on Netflix about the Swooper family, and it is told in a non-linear timeline over 20 years. So first we'll address the big thing here. This show is created by Raphael Bob Waxberg, who created Bojack Horseman, and I think this is a really, really good follow-up. I love the show. I think it resonated with me, and I think that there's a lot that's similar to Bojack. There's a lot that's different, but I think that this show did a good enough of a job being its own thing, and people weren't looking for it to be another extension of Bojack.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a huge Bojack fan. I always say that show was what made me want to be a writer. So, like, I think that Raphael Bob Waxberg's writing is so good in so many different ways. He's great at, like, worlds and humor and, like, everything that goes into a comedy series, but he's also great at grounding it and making you feel for the characters and making sure, like, every character is well represented in it.
Yeah, he has like this perfect blend of comedy and drama, and he knows exactly how to channel, I think, real world issues and not have it be overbearing for the viewer. And these characters, I think, are just so unique in the fact that they're just normal. They're just normal people. I think that in Bojack, like, it's a lot about, it's kind of a tale of the entertainment industry, and for some people that's imaginable, for some people that isn't, but these are just like people that, in Long Story Short, that you would probably just relate to in your everyday life. The protagonist, Avi, I think is just the regular everyday man. And I love him, and I love that he's just like kind of the straight man of the family. He's like the one that's trying to keep everyone together, but at times he really doesn't know how to.
Yeah, I think that, like, he is a great protagonist in that yeah, exactly like you said, he's a straight man of the family. So when he blows up finally near the end of the series during the anniversary episode, like, it means something. It's impactful, right? And I think that's another thing that's really great about the writing of this is, like, when things happen, they happen. Like, when they have a big moment in this series, like, it's built up. You can see everything that goes into it, and I think they do a really good job of bringing everything around.
Yeah, and I think that Raphael Bob Waxberg brings in just a great cast. So Avi is voiced by Ben Feldman from Superstore and from Mad Men. You also have Abby Jacobson as Shira. She was also in Bojack Horseman, and I think she does a great job. You have Max Greenfield as Yoshi, who I think is just kind of like the Todd of this series, I think, if you're a fan of Bojack.
I love Max Greenfield. I think his voice, like, New Girl, obviously, I'm a huge fan of New Girl. I think he is, like, I haven't seen him voice act in anything before.
Yeah,
I don't know
neither.
if he really has. I'm not super familiar with his filmography, but, like, he's great. He totally has, like, a voice for voice acting.
And then I want to talk about the parents also. I think we all know a Naomi in our lives, someone who's just maybe a little bit overbearing, doesn't always know how to tell us that they care, but they do. And more than anything, like, you know, they'd want us to be around our family at hard times.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciated about her character. And just the father voiced by the GOAT, Paul Reiser, just he's so patient and just so understanding. And like, I just love their dynamic as a family.
Yeah, me too. And I think that like one thing they did really well was, like I said, showing all of the different perspectives of the characters, and we can see why they are the way they are, even if they're flawed. We see that with Naomi, like even just in the one flashback we get of her.
Yeah.
Like it's this 2-3 minute scene where we see what her life was like as a kid, and you understand everything about her. And I think that like the simplicity of it and the ability like to tell that story in just these short scenes, I think is so powerful, and it's such a hard thing to do. And I think they do a great job of that. I think, yeah, all of the characters are very complex. Like in Bojack, obviously, he's great at doing this. One of the things that I will say I kind of missed, I mean, obviously I'm sitting there comparing this whole show to Bojack, right? Like
which is like inevitable. It's going to happen.
It is. And I loved the show, and it's a different show. One of the things I wish they had a little bit more of is in Bojack, I feel like every single part of it was so full. You know, you see, like you have the puns in every corner of the screen. There's something happening in the background. There's like every part of the world is so chaotic, and there's a new thing to notice every single time you watch it. I feel like this was a little bit more simplistic. It was a little bit more down to earth. And like I kind of missed a little bit more of that humor in it.
I agree. I think there was always just like a different thing going on in Bojack, whether it was like a side character making some sort of remark or like an episode long running bit. And that did exist to a certain extent in this show, but I think it was less evident and more simple, like as you put it. And maybe that's just the style that they chose to go with, but you know, I'll follow that man to the end of time, the way that he writes. What did you think of the idea to have it in a non-linear timeline?
I really liked it. I don't typically love like non-linear storytelling. I think that it's very difficult to do, and you very much have to have a reason to do it. But I think that they did a really good job of like making it clear. I think a lot of people who write in non-linear timelines, they do it where they're like, "Ooh, we're gonna make it a little confusing so you can't tell," and it's like, it's dumb. I like that they made it clear, and they made it consistent, and like, I think that getting to see snippets of their lives, and like you put it's like a puzzle, right? You're putting the pieces together as you go. I think it also opens up the show a little bit more for another season or other seasons.
They've already been renewed for season 2.
Perfect. Yeah. So like when you have a story like this where it's telling the story of a whole family, right? Like from the mother being a little kid to after she's dead, like you have a little bit of a time limit on it, but when you're telling it non-linearly like that, they have, you know, however many years to fill in now that they can.
Yeah, agreed. And like, I think it goes up until 2022, so they could play with a little bit more of the future, what they missed in between the past. So, you know, we'll see. One thing that I think people were a little bit split on was the animation style. I loved it. I don't know what you thought. I think that people were looking for maybe more like concrete animation and not just in the way that they did it, where it was more kind of like loose and you got to use your own imagination to imagine what these characters looked like in a way. I loved it. I thought it added to like just the tone of the show. What did you think?
Me too. One of the things that really stuck out to me with the animation especially was like the very last episode.
Yeah.
Where they're having they're doing Shabbat and they have the family, like Avi's having the memories of his mother all around him, and they're telling the stories of the uncle, and like I think the animation really adds to that, and you can see their ghosts almost. I think that they utilize the animation very well, and I think it looked great.
Agreed. One more point I'll bring up before we wrap. I think we could all tell like what was on Raphael Bob Wackford's mind when he made this. There are so many events that have happened the last few years, especially the COVID pandemic, that I think took such a big toll on all of us, you know, took a big toll on families, social life, school. And I just love how he implemented this, and the big message is it's okay to let these things affect you, and it's okay to not fully be okay as a result of that.
I agree. And I think he did a great job of incorporating those things. Like, a lot of times when I see COVID in a show, you know, I'm like, here we go again. But I think he did a really great job of representing that in a way that, it tells people it's okay to not be okay.
Agreed. And hopefully you, our audience, will be okay with our ratings for this. I'm going to give it an 8. I think that it had a lot of heart. It was sweet. And there were times where, like, you know, there were some tears welling up. Like, I think that's just these things are, you'll find in a classic Raphael Bob Waxberg show. I think that he's a very gifted writer, and he has a way of connecting people with humor and drama and animation.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to give it a little higher. I'm going to go with the 9. Just because I think it's so, so excellently written, and I have rarely seen a better writer than him. I think he's so gifted in it. And I think that, especially like in later seasons, we've seen he just gets better. He just gets better as he keeps going. So I'm excited to see like what potential it has for future seasons and where he goes from here.
Me too. And with that, we'll see you next time on Review Crew.